Now, before all you REYLO fans out there dislike this video, let me explain the title a little bit more in detail. Now again, as the title says, I am disproving the theory. I am not dogging on the theory. You can have your personal opinion. I personally don't like the theory, but I'm not making this video because I don't like it. It's not because I don't like REYLO, but because I personally think it's not going to happen. I think it's not very possible. I think that the movies and the trailers are both not really hinted at it, and I'm not here to dog on the theory. I personally don't like the theory again, but you can go ahead and dislike it now, but like I said, you can't have anything against me because I'm not necessarily saying, oh, you REYLO fans are idiots, oh, REYLO's a bad theory. No, everyone's entitled to their own opinion. I'm just personally saying that I disagree with it. I don't think it's gonna happen. So, without further ado, let's just go ahead and get on into the actual video. So, yes, as you can see by the title, I'm here to tell you that REYLO is probably not gonna happen. If you don't know what REYLO is, well, then you obviously don't know what Rey and Kylo Ren are. Which you probably actually do. That's a joke. Anyway, just in some more proof, I'm horrible at making jokes. It's disappointing. I'm very bad at making jokes. But anyway, if you don't know what REYLO is, it is a romance relationship between Rey and Kylo Ren, the protagonist and antagonist of the Disney Star Wars films. And if you want my personal opinion on it, I don't think it's gonna happen, and I am here to show you why. Now, personally, I'm not going to get into saying how I dislike the theory. I would say the only reason why I dislike it is because I feel like it's just another reason why I don't think it's going to happen, and it's that I think it would just mess the movie up. I think it wouldn't agree with the plot. It wouldn't go with the plot. And especially if it started at the end of the movie, it would really make me mad. I would not like it. And we've also heard some more proof that it's not happening, as we have heard big companies, including Disney, say it's not gonna happen. And again, people have said this all the time. Again, I can bring it into Smash Bros. The developer of Smash Bros, Masahiro Sakurai, said, quote, Ridley is not going to be in the game. He didn't say exactly that, but that's basically what he said. He said Ridley won't be in the game. Is Ridley in the game? Yeah, he's in the game now. You can play as him. Go get the game. You can play as him now. And yeah, you know, this happens all the time. That's not really proof. People lie all the time. And I don't like it, but people lie all the time. So yeah, that's not the proof. But here's the proof that I'm gonna show you before we start, which I kind of already did start. Make sure you are subscribed to my channel, like the video, hit that notification bell, and join my Discord if you'd like to discuss this in more further detail. And if you dislike the video, that's just proof that this is right. Anyway, moving on to the first part, was REYLO hinted at in the movies? First of all, we can cross out the first 6. They have nothing to do with the Disney Star Wars films. They're practically completely different. Like, types of movies. It's completely different. But anyway, did episode 7 and 8 hint toward REYLO? Now, episode 7 kind of started off this mutual relationship that's not exactly it's not a romance one, between Rey and Kylo Ren. And like I said, it kind of started off this relationship, and it wasn't really a relationship, but like that was a romance one, but the real big part of it was they were kind of starting off this relationship of kind of like what in episode 4 was between Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader. They knew about each other, they knew really who each other were, and they both kind of knew I know Darth Vader for sure knew he was Luke's father, and it was just more of that relationship where you don't see each other at all, but you know each other, you know that y'all are a thing, like you know that the other person exists. So that was kind of like what this was, except a little more detail. They kind of it kind of started off this thing where they both knew they were evil, or they both knew, like, the other side. They were on different sides, and even then it was kind of more of a more friendly relationship than Darth Vader and Luke, because they both definitely weren't exactly like in pure hatred for each other, but they were fighting each other because they're on different sides. But now going into episode 8, one of the biggest things that this whole movie focused on was the relationship between Rey and Kylo Ren, which is one reason why people think REYLO's a thing in the first place. But here's the thing, there was these things where basically they were seeing each other in visions, like just randomly they would see each other, and it's weird, and they could talk to each other through these visions. It was weird, and I think it was the Force bringing them together. But this still doesn't hint to any romance at all, period. That doesn't, because again, in most of the scenes we knew that they were talking to each other about, they weren't exactly like falling in love. What they were doing was the Force was bringing them together in a more of the evil person, Kylo Ren, was going to come to the good side. And at the end of the movie, Kylo Ren did actually have some sort of good left in him, and he came back just for a few seconds just to go right back. So again, Rey isn't pursuing the relationship with Kylo Ren not because of romance. She's not going for it for that. She's going because she wants Kylo Ren to be on the good side, not the dark side. Which is why I'm thinking this is all fake, and that REYLO's fake in the first place, because the relationship that has been hinted at hasn't been a romance relationship. It has been that they both want to be on the same side relationship, and which we did see Kylo Ren still wanted to be on the same side as Rey, and I think one reason was because he knew that Rey was extremely powerful in the Force, and in fact, she's so powerful that she all of a sudden just picked up a lightsaber and wished she was a Jedi. Plot holes, people. But anyway, Kylo Ren just, basically, they wanted to be on the same side. Kylo Ren wanted to own the world together, kind of thing, and Rey just wanted to be on the good side against the Empire. So they went back to that, and that's where we are in movie 9. So, or episode 9. So, was Reylo hinted at in the movies? No. Not at all. Nada. It was not. And maybe it kind of was, but at the same time, it wasn't. It was hinting at a relationship between them, but not a romance relationship. Now, is Reylo hinted at in the trailers? No. Again, this isn't true. And one reason why is because people are just saying, oh, we saw Rey and Kylo Ren in the same picture. It's hinting at each other, and I'm just like, no, it's not. Another thing people are saying is when Rey turns evil, oh, wait a minute. Kylo Ren's also evil. Rey fell in love with Kylo Ren and turned evil. No, that's not true. In fact, I think there's a bigger possibility of Emperor Palpatine, who is supposedly dead, coming back and taking control of her. There's a bigger chance of that than of Reylo. And, which again, because we've heard Emperor Palpatine's laugh in one of the trailers, kind of hinted at that, low-key. But anyway, I don't know any other way it would be hinted at in the trailers. I personally think that the only other times that it was hinted at was maybe like, I don't know. I think that the only two ways are practically that they were fighting each other on that place where they were both looking for the Death Star, that planet. I'm guessing that's what the planet was. But we also saw that Rey turned evil, and I made a video on that. Go ahead and go watch that. It's like 5 minutes long. It's not too long. So yeah, basically, in my honest opinion, is Reylo being hinted at all? My personal opinion is that Reylo has not been hinted at, and therefore, if it happens, it'll just ruin everything. Because I think surprises are good, and I know a lot of people were surprised when Kylo Ren barely came back just for 1 second and killed Snoke. To be honest, even then, I still don't think that's true, because I don't know, because it didn't really hint at it at all. I feel like that Reylo is more of just a hope. It's more of a hope, a new hope, but it's really, I really feel like that if this does happen, that if Reylo does happen, as it wasn't hinted at all, that it would be a huge surprise. And another thing, when I was talking about Kylo Ren, when he killed Snoke, it wasn't really a surprise to me. It was hinted at the entire movie that Kylo Ren was going to come back, mainly because of Rey's influence on him. So yeah, I don't think Reylo is going to happen, mainly because it hasn't been hinted at, and I feel like a surprise like that would just ruin the plot. And so that's all I'm going to talk about. If you still disagree with me, go ahead and go down to the comments and tell me what exactly you disagree with, and we can talk more about that down there, or on my Discord if you'd like to join that. And also, while you're down there, make sure to like the video, subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, and without further ado, let's just end this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Adios.